Welcome riding buddies. We're here at beautiful Hervey Bay. We have just finished round one of the Sunny State series. We're gonna kick back. I've been busy all weekend. It's been an absolutely huge weekend. So we'll have a look and see what's happened over the weekend.
Our 50cc auto class had a really strong field of 16 riders. This was absolutely awesome numbers to see for round one. Third place was Chase Worthington. Second place, Max McQuaid coming in really strong. But out the front, Ethan Wolf took out round one for the Sunshine State Motocross series for the 50cc auto division. The mini lights 9 to under 12s was a huge field of 35 bikes. It was great to see all the young riders out there doing battle and putting on an absolutely awesome display. But coming in third was Lachlan Allen. Levi Smith settled in for second, and Peter Wolf took out the mini lights 9 to under 12 division. 24 riders lined up on the grids for veterans A and B grade. Cassidy Holland took out third in B grade, Casman Walsh for second, and Shane Seath for first. In A grade, it was Chris Nichols for third, Travis Reachling for second, and Andrew Gifford for first.
I caught up with Todd Waters here after the first day at the Sunny States, mate. You were on fire. There's a lot of competition out there, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was extremely tough today. You know, we had Tanti on the new gas. He stepped up from the 250 class, so he was ripping in. He was trying super hard today, so it was really cool. Kirk Gibbs has changed to a Honda, so that was exciting. Bunch of young guys, so it's exciting. I'm looking forward to the Nationals. It's going to be a really stacked class, but overall Hervey Bay was great. You know, it was super hot. Track got rough. It was a different rough. There was a lot of junior kids here, so the bumps got closer, quite aggressive. So we made a bike change to it and got more comfortable the last two motos. But overall, super fun day. Got some fitness and happy days.
One little question I've got, watch sitting up there doing the commentary and watching what was going on. That last moto with you and Gibbsy, it was full on, like it was absolutely full on between you. What was going through your head?
You probably don't want to know.
It was probably, oh my God. But it was great to watch. It was absolutely spectacular.
For me, it's completely different. I'm here for one thing, and that's for me. I didn't even know Kirk was behind me.
It's just interesting to get into a rider's head and see, especially when something like that is happening.
Yeah. So you ride your best when you focus on yourself, and that's purely what I do. I use these as training exercises. So you know, we got into the lead, and I just rode my race. So it was great. That's why, you know, you didn't see me looking back, or you know.
No, I never saw you look over your shoulder once.
Yeah. So if Kirk's going to pass me, he's faster. You know, I need to step it up, but I just really focus on myself, where I stand on the bike, you know, how I ride. So today it was really fun. I've been just working on fitness, so I didn't have the intensity. So that will come with my training, and exciting times for the Nationals, that's for sure.
Yeah, certainly going to be good when it comes into the Nationals. But how are you feeling about the rest of the series? You're on top now, so the rest of the series should come in pretty good, eh?
Yeah, it's difficult for me because I'm racing off-road championship for Husqvarna this year, so I'm going to miss Coolum. That's my favourite track, but it clashes unfortunately. So yeah, there's a little bit of give and take with that. I'm contracted to do other national events, and unfortunately can't make it, otherwise I'd be there. But the ones that I can get to, it's like I say, the boys all come together. We get to have a head out, and I get to use it as a training exercise. So it's a perfect opportunity for me. A bunch of kids around. I love, you know, hanging out with the kids and having some fun. And
with 30 bikes on the line for the 65cc 7 to under 10s, this was always going to be very interesting. And coming out in third spot was Clayton Walsh. Chase Weston done his best in second, and Nate Perrich had to take it overall. Also, this was the class for the Maxis moment. Not necessarily the fastest kid out there, but somebody special. And Louis Cannon come away with the Maxis moment for Saturday. 21 65cc 10 to under 12 riders lined up on the start gate. Coming in third spot, we had Bodie Court. Peter Wolf battled away for second spot, and Kyle Hervey took the overall win for the day.
We've got 5 riders and helping out the kids, so I'm looking forward to that tomorrow, helping out the young guns. And
Yeah, you're up again tomorrow on the 250, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
So that'll be interesting. A little bit less power, but I watched you last year on the 250. You being a bigger guy on the 250, I didn't expect you to have the power to weight ratio, but you went really well last year. So you're feeling good for the 250 again this year?
Yeah, we're feeling good. It's you know, I haven't been on a 250 since 2012, so it was a new thing for me jumping on. I was out there riding, I clicked down 2 extra gears, and it's definitely a different riding style, but you know, I'm the same speed I was on the 450. Power just gets you in trouble, and that's what you got to learn to do, is ride a 450 smooth and consistent, and we look like we're going slow. That's the key to it, whereas 250, you get away with a lot of stuff.
Looking slow is actually fast, eh?
Yep, that's right. So,
Thanks for that, Todd. We'll catch you next time.
not a problem, thank you.
The MX1 Clubman was a full house with 40 bikes taking the grid. Hayden Roberts had his work cut out for him to take third spot. Thornton Browl took out second spot. And Sean Burr had the win. 21 MX1 experts hit the track to play in the sand. Coming out in third spot was Darcy Kavanagh. Bradley Partridge took down second, and Riley Fitzpatrick had a real tight one for first place.
Okay, so I've been wandering around the pits here at the Sunny States, and I found Riley Fitzpatrick, the court jester. I've named him in the commentary area. So how's it been going for you, Riley, for today?
Yeah, pretty good today. I got our first MX1. Just stepping up the scene today, so gave my go.
Yeah, so straight into experts for you. Mate, you're killing it out there. You're going really well. I think it's not going to be long, and you'll be in the pro.
Yeah, that's the aim. I really want to do 2 classes this week to get the middle of the senior class, and then hopefully be pro.
Yeah, well, I was actually up there talking about it with Trent, and yeah, we had a few different ideas about it, and we'll see how it goes and see what happens with you. But you'd be really looking forward to going pro, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I've always wanted to go pro. It's good to go pro like the 8 or 16. Like normally pros are like a lot older riders, so it's good like the younger ones out there.
Yeah, you look as though you're about ready for it, but the track, mate, that track got brutal, didn't it? Like, it just punished everyone.
It was brutal. It got really choppy. I had a few bit ropes from the last one, so I had to turn it back a bit and just try to stay smoothly and really think about what I'm doing.
Yeah, nah, cool. Thanks for that, Riley.
It was great to have 26 MX1 pro riders out on the grid for round 1 of the 2021 Sunshine State Motocross Series. Of course, there are always going to be winners and there are always going to be non-winners. But for third spot, Joel Evans put on a huge battle. Jai Walker was really putting it out there to come in second. But Todd Waters just showed too much experience and took out the win. In the Veterans Clubman, we had Carl Oberhart in third, Benson Donpon in second, and Scott Hargraves in first. Fine with the vets was also the women's. Third place, Alicia Goulet. Second place, Talia Drew. And first place, Taylor McCutcheon.
Okay, so once again, talking with Talia Drew. Man, you've stepped up to the expert class out of Clubman from last year, and you were on fire. Like, you may not have won, but you're really setting the pace out there. How did you feel?
I felt really good. Just going out and racing those faster guys. It felt really awesome to get up there and get into the top 10 and just see where I can go, and hopefully we can go from there and get a bit better towards the end of the series.
Yeah, stepping up to the expert class, obviously that's going to help you also for the women's class, wouldn't it?
Yeah, hopefully. So the experience racing those guys hopefully will make my riding abilities a bit better, and I can step up my riding from there.
Make you push yourself a little bit harder.
Yeah, so I can get that extra edge going into the women's class.
And okay, this is a real girly sort of one, but racing with the boys, you don't look as though you're intimidated. Do they intimidate you?
No, There's a couple big ones that get a bit close sometimes, but I just brush it off and keep going. I can just do the same back to them.
Actually, one thing I've always wanted to ask you was, because you race the women's, you race the clubman class, now you're racing the expert, do you find yourself getting a little bit more into the corners?
Yeah, definitely. I'm starting to get a little bit more aggressive, like not letting them push me around so much, and if I need to make a pass, I'll make a pass.
Give them a bit of a shove back, eh?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not too hard because I might go down. I'm a lot smaller than everyone else.
Cool, thanks Talia.
No worries.
Very strong field of 38 riders lined up for the Mini Lights 12 to under 16s. Third place was Braden Platt, Heath Fisher for second, and Jake Kennan for first. MX2 Clubman was a strong field as well with 37 riders. James Walters for third, Kai Boning for second, and Hayden Roberts taking out the win. Strong field of 38 riders was lined up for the Junior Lights 4-stroke 13 to under 16s. Jet Burgess Stevens got third, Liam Owens for second, and Kobe Drew for first. Also for this race, it was the Unit Whole Shot Award, which was taken out by Fred Taylor. The MX2 experts had Brock Sleater for third, Riley Fitzpatrick for second, and Jackson Camilleri for first. Junior Lights 2-stroke 13 to under 16 years was another massive field of 37 riders. Third place was Liam Owens, second place Jesse Holding, and first place Kobe Drew. It was also the class for the second of the Maxis Moments, which was taken out by Hayden Corbett.
Okay, I'm here with Aaron from Motorex and Maxis Tyres. Aaron, we've just finished the first round of Sunny State Series. You guys are naming rights sponsors. How's it been for you guys?
Fantastic. I mean, what a place to kick things off. It's been great. Numbers have been massive.
Numbers are massive. They're absolutely huge.
I know. Enthusiasm's really high at the moment. So we're really, really excited to be a part of that. We've obviously had a long-standing partnership with the series before, and just to see it grow is fantastic. And obviously for Maxis, sorry to cut you off,
you're right.
it's just a great platform for us to launch the new generation Maxis tyres as well.
Yeah, they're absolutely awesome tyres. I know I've seen a lot of guys running them, and they work really well. And thank you so much to Maxis for the Maxis Moments. Like, that is awesome. We did that last year as well, and it went off so well, didn't it?
It did, and it's an opportunity for us to celebrate the unsung heroes, of our sport. You know, the guys that aren't necessarily getting those awards and accreditations week in, week out. So it's our way to give back to them and keep the sport growing.
Yeah, and how awesome were the young guys coming through? There's some seriously fast young fellas up here in Queensland, eh?
There are, and the talent's been solid here for many years. So yeah, just really excited to see this younger generation come through.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for that, Aaron.
No worries. Thanks, mate.
Amazing field MX2 pros lined up. Jayce Cosford got third, Jay Wilson for second, and Todd Waters for first once again.
Okay, so I found Jay Wilson here. Jay, it's been a sensational weekend. How did it come out for you?
Yeah, it was challenging for sure. Like you're seeing the results on weekend got better and better as I got more time on the bike, and that's just been the frustrating thing at the moment. I've been carrying around a few niggling injuries at the moment, and it's just kept me off the bike for 2 weeks here or there. And like starting back in January, I've now had a month off the bike, which like I really should be nearly 2 months into pre-season training. I've missed a month of pre-season training now. So
yeah, like I've followed you since you were on juniors. Yeah. Like we both used to do more together and stuff like that. And in that last race, I'm always cheering for you up there. Not some of the people probably hear it as on the commentary, but I tell you what, that last race, you really pulled it out. That was awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, it just took me each race. I just tried to really build on my last one, take the positives out of every race, and really just work on those process goals. You know, not worrying about the outcome so much, and just really ticking off each lap as it comes. Like we saw, there was a lot of carnage out there today, and it was just because the track was so brutal.
There was a lot of big names with carnage too. Like it really took out some big names.
Yeah, and I think obviously being first round, everyone's excited. They've done their work, especially these Queensland kids that are. This is what they work for. You know, they really look forward to this, and this is what they put on their sleeve every week. That they go back to work or they're going back to their sponsors. They have to go and show results here, you know. Obviously for the bigger guys, we're looking towards nationals, so it's a pre-season thing here, but at the same time, all egos are involved, and it's who can be the best guy, you know. You want to be the best guy, and obviously coming off a pretty decent season in the Queensland stuff last year, for me, I want to carry that momentum into the nationals this year. So we're just building on it, but it was a really, really challenging track, and I think it caught a lot of people out purely because first race of the season. And I think if we went to maybe a hard pack track, you wouldn't have seen as much carnage, but it's a part of the championship. That's what we've been dealt with, so you've got to deal with it and you've got to make the most of it.
Yeah, so like as we said, the track was it was crazy out there, but hey, how did you rate that motocross track?
Yeah, that is challenging. That's what, you know, it separates the guys, you know, like it's a really technical track. Earlier on in the morning, I struggle with it a little bit, honestly, just because everyone can be fast when it's smooth. But when it starts to get really tricky and challenging like that, that's when I feel like I come out, you know.
You do.
Technical.
We've seen it so many times, like early in the day, the track's like a billiard table. Anyone can ride fast, and that sort of puts you back a little bit. The harder it gets, the gnarlier it gets, the more technical it gets, you always rise to the top.
Yeah, and I think that's just always, you know, look where we've grown up. Being like New South Wales or country town people, I've always been the underdog, you know. Yeah. I've always had that grit.
You've always had to fight.
Yeah, and you know, I come here underprepared. Like I said, I've had no time on the bike. I've been sick. Like, it's just been a nightmare. Like, I wasn't sure if I was going to turn up, but doing these sort of races under this circumstance of how I'm feeling at the moment, it really just, it puts you in that hurt locker.
Yeah.
And later on in the year, when I get to a point where I'm in a tough battle or the tracks turn out like this and I feel like I can't go any longer or any more, I know that I can go more, you know, like
you always dig deeper.
Yeah, you get thrown in the deep end and you prove to yourself that you can go more, you know. When you don't think you can, you've always got a little bit more left in the tank, you know, and to suffer. And doing these sort of races, being thrown in the deep end, for me, when the track's technical, I know how to suffer. I'm a kid, a country kid that just had to work hard to get to where I am now, and for me, it's just like, that's my character, you know.
Just had to do the long yards.
And suffer, you know, like it's a part of it. I go home at the end of the night, you know, and I feel like I've achieved something, you know. You've come out and may not be the fastest guy, but you grit your teeth, you get on with your job, and you do the best with the circumstances that you dealt with, and you keep pushing forward. And for my daughter as well, I want to show her that's life, you know. It's full of highs and lows, but it's how we conquer them and how we accept them, you know, and that turns us into the person that we are. So for me, it's just about going out there and just putting everything out there on the track there at the time. And if that's first, if that's a 10th, it doesn't matter, you know. As long as I've put everything I've got into it at the time, then that's all you can ask for, you know.
Cool. Thank you so much, Jay, for your time.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So that has been Hervey Bay for round one of the Sunshine State Motocross Series. As you can see, it's been a big weekend. There's been some big winners. It was just an absolutely awesome weekend. Some big names here. It's basically a national race. It was absolutely awesome. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time.